For Canadians stranded abroad, we're working with airlines to get people home. As of today, we've secured authorizations for Air Canada to operate 3 flights for this, including 2 from Honduras and 1 each from Ecuador, El Salvador, and Guatemala.
So while living on the farm, we do our dishes a little bit differently as we want to conserve all of our drinking water. As we don't want to take too much, we think it's important to conserve as much as you possibly can right now and only consume what you need. So I'll show you how we do dishes. So we filled our pressurized solar shower up with the hose, and then we just do our dishes outside right here, and it saves us a lot of water. I think Bella wished we got a bus because look at all that shade you have under there, eh? Oh, there's little Izzy back there. Let's go see Izzy. I feel like that's a common thing. Let's go see Izzy in our videos. Hi, little Iz. You like the bus too? The girls, I think, are liking farm life a little too much. They're always out talking to our neighbors and just enjoying being stationary. It's really a good break for all of us, to be honest. As much as it's an unwanted break, it is good to do this. Yeah, it's still tough times. Tough times. Things are quickly changing. Each day we're getting different notifications of what is happening and what is going on. Yesterday we were planting trees out in the field and learning about Guatemala's nature, and today we're faced with a very hard decision. Crystal's inside doing research, so we're gonna figure out how we can get our home back and how we can get all 4 of us back safely. Let's go see what Crystal has found out.
It's 2 days and 9 hours from Guatemala City to your Graham's house.
That's not far at all to us. Like, we've driven so far, that's like 4 days of drive. Oh.
Yeah, it just seems like our best bet right now. If our health insurance is gonna void, we can't be here anymore.
We can't be here anymore.
And
it's going to void. There's a plane, and
we don't even know if we can get the dogs on. I think the best thing is just to start driving. If we can get across the borders, we stay isolated in our van, we don't see anyone. The only thing we have to stop and talk and do is get gas. We have enough food to get all the way back to Canada.
Should we head to Guatemala City?
Probably. Also, if we get a note from the Canadian Embassy, they may also be able to help us cross borders. That note will help us cross borders because it is then essential travel for us to get back home.
Yeah.
We could just beeline it straight home. At this point, we were faced with a decision that we needed to make immediately. If we were going to head home, we needed to leave right away. The information that we were receiving was still scattered, and we really didn't have time on our side, so we packed up the van in 5 minutes, and we left. Bye, Miguel!
Hasta luego, Miguel!
Te veo otro año, otro mes. Ciao, gracias por todo, Miguel. We've had the chance to self-isolate, which is the most important thing you can do right now. However, things are changing every single day, and it's getting more and more stressful. Our health insurance will be void, so
as it's a travel advisory.
As there will be a travel advisory, and returning home to our family where we know we have health care and
each other.
And we have each other is the most important thing we can do right now. This seems to be the best way to get back, especially with the dogs. We're not even sure if there is a flight for us to get home, if they'll be able to come on the plane with us. So the 4 of us packed up and we headed to Guatemala City to our friend Elsa's house. It was well into the afternoon, and the Guatemalan government had put in place a curfew from 4 p.m. to 4 a.m., so we had just a few hours to get there. It was March 23rd, and it was in talks that the government would be closing the United States-Mexico border on March 27th, so with just a few days, we had to get going.
This is Elsa and Ellen. They've been helping us out staying safe in Guatemala. Yeah. And now it's time to head to Canada. Here we go.
Let's
gonna be fun. First stop will be Guatemala when we're back.
Yeah, 100%.
2 days, 7 hours.
We'll all get a little closer and have dinner.
Yes, yes, we'll be able to socialize closer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
Bye, pals.
I have no idea how we will ever be able to thank Elsa, her family, and her partner Ellen for all the support, the peace, and the safety that they brought us during this time in Guatemala.
Good morning, everyone. Yesterday we were a mixed bag of emotions. However, today spirits are much higher. I think it's because we covered so much ground yesterday. We drove from Guatemala City all the way to the border of Oaxaca. We're going to be doing an 11-hour day from the border of Oaxaca all the way to Mexico City. Our good friend Robbie Ferguson has actually made a 13-hour playlist of happy music on Spotify. We'll link that up there. Cruising along, and at this rate we will definitely be making it to the American border by the 27th.
We started the day with our spirits high. However, we just had a brake pad light come up on the dash, which is not a good sign. This is something we anticipated, but being cramped for time, it is kind of a stressor. So we just stopped and checked the brake fluid, checked the brake lines, checked the flex pipes. Everything seems to be all right as far as we can inspect it. So we're gonna go get someone to take a look at our brake pads.
The day is done. Time to go to Mercedes.
Yes.
They washed the van.
Woohoo!
What a nice,
Look how clean it is.
Day 3, we stopped at Mercedes this morning, and turns out it was our brake pads. We actually had brake pads on hand. Good thing we did. We've proven that that comes in handy pretty often, and we're really glad that we had them. So now we're back on the road. It's 3 p.m. and we're making our way as quickly as we can because it's the 26th, and apparently we won't be able to cross after the 27th. So fingers crossed they let us through, or we get there before then. Good morning, vlog. It's 4:30 a.m. Jasmine and I just woke up. It's the 27th today, and we must cross the border into the United States today. So we have an 11.5 hour drive ahead of us, but we're making the long haul. Fingers crossed we make it.
I'm just having some early morning thoughts over here. I am super tired. want to say thank you to everyone that has reached out in any way, shape, or form. You've all made a big difference. Thank you to everyone that has helped us with figuring out if we could cross the border and the steps in order to do so. Most of you might think we are crazy for driving. However, this is our home. We don't just have a backpack and we can get on a plane and go. We have dogs, we have our house, and we have to stick together. So it's a good thing, and this is the right decision to take our home back home, if that makes sense, because we're still going to be living in the van because that's honestly all we have. We've put all our eggs into one basket, so you might think we're crazy, but we've been driving for the last year, so 2 days, 9 hours is honestly nothing to us. Long stretch. In Mexico, they pumped your gas for you. Here, we have to do it ourselves. Time to get suited up.
We were so tired last night after driving from Mexico to the States. We didn't even explain to you how the border crossing actually went. It was really smooth and abnormally normal for what's going on. Time to stretch the legs. Flowers
For you.
You're so sweet.
Bella and Izzy picked them.
Oh, it's glorious.
I know.
What sweet gals I have. We're driving past the Mississippi River. The Mississippi River is 2,300 miles long, and it takes one droplet of water 90 days to get down the length of the river. One more cool fact about the Mississippi, it's the 4th longest river in the entire world. Back in Canada, we just crossed the border. We're on our homeland. Woohoo! At the border, the Border Patrol person explained to us that we have a 14-day mandatory quarantine, which we knew about, and that if you disobey the rules that the Canadian government has set out, it's a $1 million fine and 3 years in prison.
Now we're headed north, en route to our quarantine spot. Thank you, Sophie. As well as we will be doing a little grocery pickup from the curb because our family has kindly made us a care package and gone grocery shopping for us.
Yeah,
so
thank you
everyone.
Thank you,
That
Ashley and Anthony.
really helped us out in all of this.
Yeah.
Thank you. Groceries. There it is. Aww. Look at this van. The family stocked us up with all the care packages.
You can always depend on Graham to fill a bag with chips and candy and a tin freshly baked cookies.
Yes.
They're so warm.
Thank you, Graham.
She's so sweet.
Best lady out there.
These are your favorite for sure. These are oatmeal raisin.
I'm so happy.
They look deadly.
After 5,200 kilometers in 7 days, we are officially on Canadian soil.
Yeah, we're super grateful to be home right now. It's
Yeah.
really important for us to be here because we're close to our families.
Mm-hmm. Whenever we think of where home is, it's always where our family is. So being here has really been good for our mental health. It's put our brains at peace.
Yeah. We were going back and forth for so long,
Yeah.
and now our brains are stationary, the van's stationary, we're all stationary. We're here in quarantine for 14 days, so
Yeah.
it is a good feeling.
Yeah, it really is. Before we end this week's vlog, there are a few things that we did want to note. Our content has always been based on our travels, and we are clearly not going to be traveling. However, creating has made us very happy, as well as, from your comments, we've noticed it has made all of you happy, so we are going to still create. It's something that I think helps everyone escape, and we're going to get creative and think of new ways that we can make videos.
Exactly.
Sundays are for sure.
Yeah, maybe even Wednesdays.
So hit that bell so you will be notified, because we have all the time in the world.
Yeah, and going forward, our content will be less about the coronavirus and more about the van, us, our lifestyle, and
The
what
dogs.
it's like to live in quarantine in a van.
Yeah.
And I think that also brings me to one other point, and that would be that it's really important right now to get your information from a credible source, talk
Yeah.
to your local authorities, and find out what you should be doing and the precautions you should be taking. That's what we're doing. We are definitely not experts about coronavirus, therefore we will not be talking about it.
Well, maybe, wait, it's not a not talk about it, but like if we have to, like if coronavirus is gone, we're going because coronavirus is gone, then
That's a given, yeah.
okay, we'll not be talking about it. Okay, we'll limit our talk about it. That's a better word.
Okay. Well, that's...
Okay, we'll not be talking
basically
about it.
saying.
And on the last note, we just want to remind you all to stay home. It's what's gonna flatten the curve.
Yeah, the more we stay home, the sooner we'll have freedom, and we'll all be back to our normal lives.
Exactly. And a big thank you to our community. You have honestly made us never feel alone in this. So thank you so much for your kindness.
And your positive words. They've gone
Exactly.
so far, and we hope that we can do the same for you.
Mm-hmm. And another thing, sorry, there's so many things I want to say right now, but we hope that you, your family, your loved ones are all healthy, happy, and most importantly, you are together.
Yeah, we need to be together right now.
Exactly. It is one of the most challenging times that people are going to go through, so just be there for one another, okay?
Yeah. Reach
Yeah.
out to people, ask how they're doing, ask what they're doing.
The little things.
Everyone needs a little bit of love right now, and if we stay together, we gotta stick together.
We're getting through this together.
Exactly.
We'll see you all next Sunday.
See you next Sunday.
Ciao.
Ciao.